Here it is. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, call meeting to order. There is no minutes on this one. We'll do it next week because we didn't get it out.
Yeah.
So we just have the agenda to approve. Good morning.
I'll make a motion, we approve our agenda for December 27th.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved.
What would you say about no minutes?
You want to do minutes? Is it out posted? Did you have posted it last week? Because it wasn't in here in my file.
No, they're not done, so.
Yeah.
So there's no minute.
No minutes.
There's no minute because they're not done. We can't do that. Okay, we'll have to do it next time. Okay,
The
gotcha.
ones
That's,
from the time before are in there to sign, but.
I heard you say that. I didn't understand. Sure.
Didn't get emailed out and
Okay.
a short week really actually.
Hey, guys, here's the special claim.
What's that about?
It's the insurance payments. For some reason, their billing cycle and our claim cycle is off right now, so.
Okay.
Oh, that one. Right. The initial on these.
That it?
That's it.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the special claims for the health insurance payment.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, I handed out to about the interfund transfer.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Oh, make a motion that we approve the resolution for the interfund transfer from rural services to general basic
And general basic.
and general basic to secondary roads in the amount of $723,548.
Okay,
Okay, I'll second that
discussion.
resolution. This is a normal transfer that we do
Any
in rural
discussion?
service and basic into secondary roads, correct?
Usually it's just rural services, but there wasn't quite enough in there, so I had to take. a
Take some
portion
from
of
that, okay.
general basic.
Okay. No more discussion.
All in favor? Motion passed. Is this- we have- oh, oh, so it's- Double bubble in here. Thank you. Meetings attended.
Nothing.
Just one page.
Yeah, I don't imagine anybody have anything because when.
Nothing, Chris.
Nothing.
I have nothing. Yes, we have. It's been- nothing's been in a while.
What you doing on this?
Jim, you wanna see this? This one here is for 104 for insurance. 104, 336.93. It's guests come up this morning from southern Illinois and Tennessee for the dive team. It's on YouTube. It came up. This one. I don't think they'll be able to get me nice, but I told him, I said, it's, he said, well, my boat will probably break it up. I said, not here. I said, if you had an icebreaker, maybe.
That's what that cabin boat is.
Yeah, they came in at 1:30.
Well, what is it, the dive team?
Yeah.
We're still looking for that missing guy.
Oh, don't get on much. Oh,
Been missing what, a couple of weeks.
Since 17th of December.
what do you think is in the water?
I don't know. No one,
They say.
not a lot of information out there. They're just, he's missing.
Can't find him or the truck, so
Oh, okay,
another alien abduction, one of the two.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably not the alien.
I guess you're right. Any public input? Yeah, there's two.
Oh, yeah, Randy's.
Shots.
Yeah, the payroll just went through. They switched from me 0 to you.
That's a good sign. Can I see that?
What?
Cleaned off your desk.
It's completely
my desk.
cleaned off your desk.
Who did that?
Yeah, I did that last time. The drawer, I've left anything in there that you might want to go through it again.
Sounds like I need to
There's a few things in there.
Decided
Lysol it with the sound of your voice.
on the 17th.
Well, I probably should have come in. I probably shouldn't. I don't know. I just, when they, I wasn't going to, they told me,
Yeah.
she didn't even give, she gave me nothing. She said, go home, fluids, rest.
So we'll
I
just.
said, hell, that's all I do.
Only last week.
Rest.
No,
Fluids.
you couldn't, it wasn't on.
What's it?
It's not cleaning the barn this morning. It's tough cleaning the bars. I'm gonna have to hire somebody to clean that barn. Or get my wife healed up.
Or hire somebody. Or we'd be finding you somewhere.
Get her healed up so that she can get back to. Like I said, I bought her a pair of insulated or a pair of electric gloves, didn't do it good, and she still got me out this week. But
You're gonna drive her nuts.
yeah, she doesn't get it.
she's not already.
That's right. She doesn't get rid of me. She doesn't get rid of me. She's either gonna get rid of me Tuesdays when she goes and gets groceries, I'll start going with her. Oh, how you think that'll work?
Yeah.
I don't
But
think.
like Jane, last time.
Yeah.
One time. Yeah. You're gonna be grounded.
Well, once he does this.
So we'll find something to do on Tuesday morning, cause you ain't going with me.
Yeah. Honey-do list just started getting longer. They had a deal on Facebook Christmas Eve that a bunch of them started this Facebook page for Walmart Muscatine. That they're going to Walmart's Christmas party. They said they've been doing self-checkout. So they gotta go to their own Christmas party at Walmart. That is ridiculous. You can't find anybody to check you out anymore there. Number 11, guys, we can go and get that knocked out. We just have to officially, we talked about it last week. Wasn't on the agenda, so
Then my turn, you know, you do the resolution. Well, we've agreed that we're going to go ahead and, go with the recommendation and sell it, haven't we?
Yeah, it was the date. We just didn't have it on the agenda.
Okay.
Set it officially.
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing date for the sale of the remaining Hoover Nature Trail south of Highway 78.
And that was on the 17th of January. 2023. I have the second.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Ready?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, we got yearly appointments coming.
I never talked to anybody.
From,
And Andy
Elm Grove or,
Andy agreed.
agreed, so
who did?
Andy Beaver. So he wants another
Oh, on the
3-year term.
Veterans Affairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Randy.
I seen him last weekend.
Almost folks up the trailer court. Water, good, good. Good. It's a new well there.
I don't think so. I think they just got the other one going.
Good.
They didn't put me well in, did they?
That I've ever heard, but Brad would know more than me.
Not before it got colder. Got going.
Yeah, I remember about this guy and this one, but that was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, they think he was out riding around and maybe on the river or? They don't know, only know. Possible suicide.
Of my first way.
Only gonna be down, but it's like,
Wow.
I'll try to find that IPERS deal and get it to you, Cindy. But all the payroll and everything has to go through before they can ever figure any of that, and then.
Yeah, well, they just asked for the last check date from us. I forget the question.
And when
I
will-
know that's one of the questions.
And how does? We'll have claims next week. And then a person will get a check the
And we
second week,
mail them to you.
second week of January. Is when that'll come out, which doesn't matter, I'm just.
Well,
Well, it doesn't, no, you won't mail it to me, it'll be automatic deposit, like it's always been.
well, claims won't be.
Well, this last check, I turned in that mileage. Well, you'll mail that to me, probably, okay.
I will mail you the stub thing. I mean, it gets automatically deposited, but you still get the white slip showing all your withholdings and that.
Okay. Do I get that now? Oh, I know, yes, I do, you give it to me right here and I take it home.
Yeah.
Okay, just taking me a leave. Okay, I'm up now. Okay, yeah, you'll have to mail me
We'll
that.
blame the cold.
You'll have to mail me that.
He's still pulling out.
This is new for me, this is new for me. It's
Chapter.
I'm gonna give Randy this number to call
What's that?
Pipers. They'll set you up.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was at the state fair this year. I might be able to find that. They gave me a piece of paper. They said, take this into your auditor. She'll fill it out and we'll take care of it. But yeah, I thought you guys knew that. You don't, see, I always figured these last 12 years would go right in with my prior 36 years and yeah, my check would be bigger. Once that check is set, that's it. And they won't, I get a lump sum.
Call that number. I'll put you right up.
Rather than a monthly check. Buy more guns. Yeah. Antique trucks.
Easily stoop down and buy a John Deere tractor, even though.
Why, I've never looked at it. He was there. Like, I need a 4320. No, it's got one, so no way.
What is it?
4320.
They're out there.
Oh, yeah.
For zoning. Board of Adjustment, Purdy don't want to be on.
Yeah, I got him crossed off.
Yeah.
And has anybody talked to Paula? Did you get a chance to talk to her? You say you did.
No, I have not.
Yeah, I had Ken crossed off. Let me see what happens. I gotta remember. I think I do.
Well, Paul ain't till next, till 26.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure she wants to be on it. I haven't heard anything.
She ain't been making it. Of course, the Board of Adjustment only meets.
Once every 2 or 3 years. Maybe.
Yeah. We've got Jim or Randy here, they ought to be on that.
What?
Zoning Board of
Well, I
Adjustment.
mean, once a year, that's a piece of cake.
Well, you gotta settle, you gotta settle an argument when you're there, probably.
I think I was on it for 3 years before supervisor review. Maybe met twice. But it's people that has disputes, like if somebody builds a house without a permit and.
Yeah.
And just stuff like that you get into.
With what we got going on with. Russ taking care of zoning, there's been less problems.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they're always creating their own problems, so. Any of you two gentlemen interested?
I tried to sign up online, but you can't do that.
You can do it right here today. We'll make it easy. You don't even have to get on the internet.
Okay, go ahead and put me down.
well, thank you.
It looked like that list was outdated a little bit.
Probably is.
Probably is. If you look down on the conservation, there's a couple of names on there that aren't on there. What's the pay?
All the grief you can handle.
Thank you once in a while.
Mm,
And not. Well, that's. How about those?
Yeah. Okay, are you and Cole good with Southeast Regional Planning?
Both of us are. We gotta get somebody from Commerce Junction too, or I should say Commerce Junction. That's what we used to have, but it's somebody in that upper area.
So there's that large.
Um. Here's another one. There's has anybody talked to Jake Shopa?
It's for historic preservation.
Yeah.
I don't even know him. If I look over at Randy, he used to. He's just gone.
That's another one. Don't meet very often.
Get the township trustees ironed out.
No, we gotta work on that.
I think Oakland's taken care of.
With them.
How'd that happen?
She finally came down.
She decided to do
Would
it.
you be interested
They
in finding
came down
a
last week.
cemetery? Don't meet very often.
I think they came down like a week ago.
Pioneer Cemetery Commission.
What cemetery is that?
All the cemeteries that hasn't had a burial for how many years?
50 years or 40 years.
What do you gotta do?
Nothing.
Well, I'm good at that.
Meet once or twice a year.
Where do you meet at?
My house in here.
House or here or what?
You know, we've had some meetings up in my office. We've had meetings right
Where do
here.
you meet during the day or night?
Doesn't matter when everybody can get together.
Sure, go ahead.
It's not a big deal, but it is also. We get funding every year. The board gives them money. We've got money to do preservation work on those cemeteries. We haven't done much
Is
here.
that upkeep and mowing
Well,
and?
no, restoration work. The townships take care of the mowing
Yeah,
and this and that. Should, after they're restored or if they're brought up to shape, then the townships will take them back. As of right now, the Pioneer Cemetery Board, there's 43 Pioneer cemeteries in this county. Okay, they are under the jurisdiction of the Pioneer Cemetery Board, which was created 15-20 years ago. To take them away from the townships, because the townships didn't want to spend the money to do the work on them. Okay, now what the Pioneer Cemetery Board does is go in and does restoration work on them. And if they restore one and mow it, and make it nice, then they get the township to agree to take it back. And then they pay for the mowing and the upkeep from then on. So the Pioneer Cemetery Commission is there to do restoration work on cemeteries. Bring them up to snuff and then turn them back to the townships. You don't want to, what they got into several years ago. Well, about 12 years ago, by the time I got on that board, was that they got into, they were restoring them without the township's blessings. And then they were getting them completely restored and they were saying, okay, you've got to take it back. Townships were saying, we didn't want you to do that, but we don't want it. Well, then all the money got to going that was coming in from the county into the Pioneer Cemetery for maintenance, mowing and so on and so forth. It got to the point that there was no money to actually do restoration. And we had several cemeteries that were just bleeding the Pioneer Cemetery Board. Meetings with the trustees, the township trustees and so on, got that sorted out. And they started maintaining those themselves. And then that allowed us to start creating more money that we could use to restore. Now, we have not done a lot of work here lately, but we do have a substantial amount of money if somebody would want to get at it. And it's just the pioneer ones. It's not the ones that, you know, like we can't go into Grandview Cemetery and restore a bunch of stones. That's the responsibility of the township trustees. Because that is under their jurisdiction. But let's say that there's a little one, okay, there's a grave and a back on Harlan Hayes. Back in there behind Larry Boyce's, there's a grave out in the middle of the field with a fence around it. Now that's a pioneer cemetery, it's the Grimm Cemetery. If we would decide to go in there and let's say we need to put new cattle panels around it or something. I haven't been to it for a long time. But at one time there was cattle panels around it because Boyson's run cattle on some of that, or Hayes ran cattle on it. Don't know what's going on there, but if a person would choose to go back there, mow that up, fix it, put in new fencing, so on and so forth, Pioneer Cemetery Board has the money to do that. But then what you would want in a perfect world, you would want to then tell Columbus City Township, we've restored that, you take care of it now. Well, that's a situation where one grave out in the middle of the field, probably the township would probably never do it. It's just something you'd probably have to go back and do every few years, Pioneer Cemetery.
Yes, overgrown with brush and.
But there's 43 of them in this county. I can go on.
They're on private property.
Some are, some aren't. Some have right of ways to them, some don't have right of ways to them.
So,
The Virginia Grove one, back on Billy Kellogg. There's no right of way into that. You gotta go across Kellogg to get to it. And it is well, they call it Virginia Grove, it's actually the Marshall Cemetery. So that's Marshall Township. It's a substantial size cemetery that probably needs some maintenance on it. And go on and on. Gladwin, right up above Kerry Ruts, up on the hill. Is the Gladwin Cemetery. That is a mess, only a couple of stones identified in it. Growed up in brush, a person could work on it. The problem we've got here, we've had it for the last 20 years, we've had it for the last 30 years. Is that everybody's on the Pioneer Cemetery Board, a bunch of old bastards. No one wants to work that hard. I mean, that's a lot of work to go out there and start raking and this and that and so on and so forth. A lot of work, but we're at the point now that there's probably enough money there that a person could hire some of it done. And then another thing that I've found that works well, and it just takes people to be organized to do it. The Columbus City or the Fredonia Cemetery. I'm a trustee on there, and that is funded through the township. So that's not a Pioneer Cemetery. But I have got the Boy Scout troops come in there and help me clean it up, and then paid them a couple $100 donation or whatever. And then we could, the Pioneer Cemetery Board could do that also. Because like I said, everybody's
I was wondering about this.
old enough, they don't wanna go to work all day with a rake and a chainsaw and this and that.
no,
Hire it done.
yeah.
So we get $2,000 a year. Every year from the Board of Supervisors. And it goes into a private checking account.
For 43 cemeteries.
Not even close to what it would take to do anything, not even close what it would take, but how much do you want to spend out of taxpayers' money on that?
And then
I mean, there's a balancing act here on how much money you're gonna spend. There's some of these counties that have a $40,000 budget on their Pioneer cemeteries. They've all been fixed up, they've all been done this, that, then, once you get them up to snuff, you can back off on that. Especially if the townships take over jurisdiction.
If it's county funded or the county's putting funds in there to take care of these cemeteries. Why should they take care of private cemeteries?
They're not private cemeteries, the cemeteries all in this county are,
cemetery is not private.
They're not, well, they're on private land, I shouldn't say.
they might be on private land, but they're a public cemetery. You can't stop anybody from going to a cemetery. And it's the county's responsibility to take care of
Forever.
all the cemeteries.
Well, that's something,
Most people, average person don't know.
yeah, I didn't.
And we're still,
Chris has got one
I got
on him.
one on my
we're still
hill.
finding them, believe it or not.
It's an interesting group to be involved in, but it's hard to actually get anything done
I can see why.
because it takes hands-on, get out there.
We'll look at where the memorial is at Twosboro and the Littletons. That cemetery actually sits on the Parsons, and people wanted to see where the parents was born of the Littleton brothers. But the Parsons really didn't care for anybody to be on their property.
You
You run into a little bit of.
You run into some of that where people don't, but what you find out is that. What I've found out, I've never been refused by anybody in this county going on their ground to look at a cemetery. But it's all in the approach.
Sure.
You don't go in and say, you can't keep me off of there, I'm going, and you can't stop me. Or you drive through the cornfields or this, that, you don't do that.
You did this, yeah.
There is nobody out there that has ever refused me, and I've been to all 43 of them at different times. And never had a problem. In fact, you have people that encourage you to do more. Once once you tell them that. You have the ability to do some repair or this or that.
Let's go ahead and get started with secondary roads.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How's everybody doing there?
Good, how you doing? Santa Claus come see you?
Yeah.
Got for it.
I said I didn't see any new gloves, or that might be a new coat.
No, this feels like 50. Won't tell by the.
Hole in the pockets.
everything down here. 1 year.
Any holiday overtime?
Yep, we got a little bit in this weekend, so, yeah, that's what it's, Thursday. Thursday, didn't do a lot on Thursday, came in
Sunday night.
Friday morning and Saturday morning. Didn't do much of anything on Sunday, came back in yesterday, until about from like 7 to 1.
And more than I expected.
And then back in this morning at 5, so we've had an eventful weekend at the road, so. But everything built up okay, and we got past it, so. Better than some of those counties up north, though. Yeah, up in Kossuth County and Delaware County and all that. They had to close down roads and
They're still digging,
Just basically gave up because you can't.
pull the trucks off.
Yeah,
Look at Buffalo.
I think they pulled some of the state trucks on 35 north
Yeah.
there for a day or half a day or so, just pull the trucks off.
It's too much wind.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no need to have.
No more snow. We had some big drifts. So.
Yeah, north of 92 up there on P. Yeah, it's like that high for only a few inches of snow.
Yeah, get that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
can imagine what it'd been if we had put.
Yeah.
78, 79. Yeah.
So on the first day we were out, we didn't put, well, other than on bridges and a few intersections, we didn't put anything down, just let it blow across, so, and that actually turned out okay. I don't know if you guys were on a 78 on Thursday or anything like that. I mean, they pre-treated it and it stuck, and it was much worse than ours.
It took a while for that one to clear.
So. Anyway, got that done now. Back to regular life, I guess, so.
Good.
Gotta, I did. I'll tell you guys about rock, or I was working on budget, and rock is probably our biggest item, and I called or emailed River Products, and rock's gonna go from 11.11 to 12.79. That's $1.68 a ton more. Times 60,000, that's 130 $30,000 there. I did complain and they're gonna allow us to keep our 2022 pricing until the end of March, so. Here's a,
But we don't haul much rock.
no,
Maybe I'll stockpile it.
well,
Yeah, won't we get to this year's worth of rock?
as soon as the weather allows, we're gonna be all a bunch of rocks, but
Okay, just well, prices down.
yeah.
Darn, price of doing business keep going up, man.
So that's a. Doing that in fuel, it's a 15% increase, so,
Fuel's dropping.
yeah.
But the fuel we've used the last 4 months have cost us dearly.
Mhm, mhm. Our dump truck that we ordered last February, I found out that isn't coming until in June, so.
Maybe.
Roll that into next year's budget too, so. So, do we have a part of the day when you guys are you guys doing budget presentations in second week of January or?
That's when they're due. Did you not read the email?
Well, yes, we do, but that doesn't mean that we've made any decisions, yet, so. Okay, well. So when is everybody else planning on going or?
I have not made a schedule yet. I have other things going on in my office besides just that.
You'll get her done, so. Other than that, not a lot going on, I got. Like I said, last week, I think the pre-con for that bridge is. Gonna be January 5th, so. Maybe get moving on that. Sooner than later, so. Any questions for me or anything?
Nope.
All equipment held up good.
Yeah, it did, so. And, one machine that we waited on for 5 months to get that piece on. Yeah, we're paying fine, so.
You have anything else?
No, nothing much really, so.
We did that transfer already. Earlier.
So,
Another shorter week.
yeah,
Weather sounds like it's gonna be favorable.
was supposed to be in the
40s next week.
40s and rain maybe Thursday this week.
Huh.
Get everything
Okay.
washed off, so.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have a lot to say today, I guess, so.
Nope, I think everything did good. Our roads were good. I don't think there was many accidents in the county, so I think it's good.
There was one guy that went in the ditch up on G36 because he passed one of our trucks.
Drive fast when roads are bad. That's.
Well, there's a reason we're out there.
Yeah.
If we're driving 22 miles per hour with our flashers on, probably. Maybe just wait.
I thought for what we went through the state and counties roads were very good.
Yeah.
At least the ones I was on.
So,
Oh.
all right.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody, thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Have a good new year.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah, thanks.
What time do you want to do this morning? And does everybody come over certain?
Well, I had told them probably around 9:30, because I thought Adam would have court first thing this morning.
Sure.
But that was before I realized Sean was on
Sorry.
ambulance, so.
So far, so good.
Yeah, right. I thought I heard that siren. I thought.
I checked him out a picture.
So, yeah,
It was crazy the last couple of days.
I think Brian's ready to do his thing and
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they've been out quite a bit.
Or nothing. Amazing.
Has it all been local or did they make some trips across the pond?
Yesterday, both ambulances were north, our ambulances were north. At one point. Christmas Day from 9 o'clock till 1, yes.
having 2 trips growing back to back. Morning, sir.
Hey.
Homework.
Morning. Hey, bro. Waiting on me?
Yeah.
You got it? All right,
Wasn't waiting on you, we just got your.
I'm ready. I just want to talk about a few things and what I've been up to in emergency management. I know Cindy updated you on our water situation, but that's what all the water is there. The leftover of that project. I supported Cindy by distributing that bottled water out to the trailer court. I think right about 120 cases over a couple of days. Day before Thanksgiving, the day after, a couple of days thereafter, and then some of the folks came in and got their own water too. But from that initial scramble was trying to get water from anywhere. Like Hy-Vee, they never returned my call. They were super busy day before Thanksgiving, but Walmart donated 3 pallets.
Did we send them a thank you or anything?
Yeah. I plan to do that out, but one pallet came from the West Burlington Walmart, but then I would have had to call into the warehouse. And so that scramble kind of got a little more complicated where I had a pallet from West Burlington headed back this way when the warehouse called, said we have 2 pallets. I didn't have enough truck space for that. So a huge thank you goes to Steve Nunnicoven as well.
Okay.
Because as I was rolling into Minneapolis, I told him my predicament. So we unloaded that pallet in his heated shop so I could go straight west to Mount Pleasant before they closed at 3:30. They picked up 2 pallets. So I was on the phone with you at the time too about borrowing space. But anyway, so we solved that. So I came to town and delivered a whole pallet out there the day before Thanksgiving, but then we stored the rest of it in there, had to move it 2 or 3 times. But Steve kept that for about a week until we needed it, and we went down and got it from him. So none of COVID fabrication down there. But that all turned out pretty well. But then on the next project, I'm working with the Southeast Iowa Regional Planning. Jordan Fromm is his name, on the grant to get the generator for the complex out here. But then again, nothing is easy. And so one of the first questions in the application would be, was this part of our county hazard mitigation plan? Well, we didn't even think about it when we did this in 2019 or 2020. So with Jordan, I think it might be a simple just amendment to say we need to include this in our plan. And hopefully they'll let us get by with that. Otherwise, it'll have to be like another whole dang year before we can submit it again, hopefully. And so to know that project then, we went about this the first time. I think it was gonna be around $100,000 project, 80 to 100. But I think it's gonna come in a little over 80,000, but 75% of that would be from FEMA and 25% from local match. And then I don't know if the Southeast Iowa Regional Planning has a fee associated with that, or they just take that out of their dues. I don't know how that works. They'll probably have a fee associated with that. Go there. And then say it ain't easy, right to the middle of all this, we get a new email. That there's a new act out for if you're asking for federal money. That there's this new process of the Buy American, Build America Act. Have you heard of that? Buy American, Build America Act. And so that you want federal money and you're working for infrastructure project, this is kind of on a bigger, higher level than some of the littler stuff we work on, but it requires that using that federal money, everything has to be bought and made American. And so if you're gonna build, and I pinged the Adams secondary roads, if you start building bridges and roads and buildings and things like that, it all has to be proven and documented, it's American. So that gets to be complicated. And so they have information webinars on how to make sure you're compliant with some of the stuff. So I've signed up for it. I forwarded it to everybody that I think need to know that. Like secondary roads and Southeast Iowa Regional Planning. So we're get the new education, get the new information. Then lastly, on the BMA would be that we have our new budget review on January 4th. Coming up. In the world of 911, we did our first payment on the computers for the dispatch office. And I say first half because we paid that first half. And then upon completion, we paid the second half. And it's this stuff or computers and radios just seems to drag on. I don't know if it's supply shortage or chip shortage or how that works. But I bought a radio, a handheld radio for EMA with my ARP money in May. And here we are about to be January.
And I think the radio's in, but then the dang charger for the radio isn't it? And I think this had the same thing with everything we do. I think Columbus Junction bought a radio and it took 6 months to get it. So there's something to think about as we look forward to buying radios, you plan ahead. And then our 911 budget meeting will be on January 17th. In the world of safety, we did a walkthrough of the secondary roads in Columbus Junction, the shop there. Small shop, very clean like all of them are. I think that that's just how they operate. Clean and ready. I mean, the guys go in, they don't make a mess, they leave. So whoever the shop guy is, they just keep it clean that way every day. But I couldn't think of anything in there for their improvement on their daily process, but what they recommended, as we talked about bloodborne pathogen and all this other training, they recommended and be beneficial. We did the CPR and first aid training, at least for their group every year. So that'd be most beneficial to them, along with bloodborne pathogen, but slip, trips and falls, yeah, all the other things, ladder safety, they think CPR and first aid would be a good one every year. And so I'll be asking for that in the safety budget this year, calculate what that would be, making available to their shops and county employees of what that might cost. Last week, we had our annual workers' comp meeting, IMWCA, on the 21st. And historically, our experience modification factor rate has been 0.7. But due to a couple claims this year, one of them kind of a costly claim, our current rate is going to be 0.83. And so we lose some discount points and our cost of our workers' comp will be going up a little bit. And I think our workers' comp rep is going to connect with Sandy on that, give her our new rate. But from that too, from the couple of occurrences that we did have, there's some recommendations on how to avoid those in the future. So I'll be reaching out to those departments to come up with maybe a different plan on how to eliminate some of those hazards and those risks. And because it will take about 3 years for us to get back to a better rate. So 0.7 is about the best you can get. And we've maintained that for a long time. So this is, it happens, but we'll just work hard at getting back there.
I think the biggest thing is correct the problem that caused, if there's something on there, get on that right away and get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Because that makes a big difference. What we pay.
Sure. Yeah. Some of the recommendations might cost a bit of money, but it will cost less than the claims that we paid out.
It was a workman comp claims that we've had more.
Are there less?
We've had more.
Yeah.
It was one particular claim.
Yeah, it was one particular claim that was more expensive than this now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you say which department it was?
I could, it's secondary roads.
Okay, okay.
Typically, it's always the sheriff's office, deputies out there.
Or secondary roads, people that are out there doing.
Manual labor.
Yep.
Twists and
Yeah,
turns.
that doesn't matter. I'm just curious as to where it,
Yeah, so the thought would be with a couple more pieces of equipment, we can eliminate some of the manual labor to
well,
eliminate some
and,
of this.
you know,
Happen.
safety,
Yeah.
work safer, work longer.
Here comes this winter, slip, trips and falls. We do have a online training. With workers' comp and I'll be putting out a couple things like that, weather related, slip, trips and falls, then whatever appropriate to the department. So Katie Hammond Conservation, she has gone above and beyond researching, training for her group through that online training. She reviews the information to see if it's relevant and pertinent, and she takes it. I think she must have taken 100 courses. I think it's just a bunch, and it's available, and we'll get on that. And some new ones are coming up every quarter, every year. All right, then the last thing would be the vehicle barrier protection around the propane tank. I haven't given up on that, but here we are freezing ground and put those metal posts in the ground. I think probably have to wait till spring. But if you want to know what that might look like, I would say when you go down the 61 at the bypass, the new Lowe's truck stop there, you can't help but see their propane tank out front because it's beautiful, it's big, it's white, and the yellow posts are in the ground. So my vision at the sheriff's office was just maybe just do the front and kind of halfway around the corner.
Yeah.
They circle there. They circle there is where there's even a place where no possibly a vehicle could get there. But it could off the highway and things. So when we do that, we might want to think about putting them all the way around just by code. But also in that same note is, I don't know when that tank has been service
2 years ago.
service rate. Okay, that's good. But I think when we do that too, put those posts in, we should really think about getting a contractor to paint.
Yeah, hey, now as far as all the valving being correct and this and that, it was 2 years ago that we bled that completely down. They put the new fittings on it and all kinds of stuff.
Perfect.
So
Just needs painted.
it just needs painted, yes, and that's just something that needs to be.
Do they sandblast that, you know, when they do that?
I don't
They,
know what
copper
it is.
must-
And what?
They-
Good.
Yeah, they use pieces of copper, don't have a spark.
Okay, okay.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that'd be something we should look at and, when we do the post.
No, I could use that, but because the rest of it, those bit
Flannel.
is up to date. With fittings and the valves and all of that.
Or if we can get natural gas somewhere. That'd be the best.
Do you think that'll happen?
Good.
Is that in kind of a plan there?
We looked at it 3 years ago. The nearest one was, it runs down 61. Just putting dollars together, see what it costs. Long term, that would be definitely.
I'll leave it up to you guys on now. That's all I have, unless you have any questions. Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you, yep.
Have a great new year.
Yes.
Brian, the hazard mitigation plan, will that be this coming fiscal year? Or,
Well, the plan we have now is tagged as a 2020.
His wife.
And it's a 5-year plan, so it's really not due till 2026.
okay,
So to ask for that amendment.
I see that last
We'll have to, you know, recommendation.
Oh.
I almost forgot about it.
Get a letter. so that
God, that was good.
Maybe they'll take that.
I've had
If they
one,
don't,
so.
we won't be able.
Remember-
Yeah, you got the one that came from me and I said, I wasn't gonna be home, but you gotta eat it.
Working on grants to pay for that too.
I ate, every day at noon I had a piece, every night at supper. And Peg didn't eat it. Peg tried 2 mouthfuls. She's not a strawberry pie. I ate the whole damn pie.
Alan Cutcom used to bake me pies all the time or across the street. And I got that recipe and I made one of hers and oh my God, it's good. I miss her.
It was good.
9:30. Start cussing. Be a quick one.
I'm texting Adam and Tammy. Vicky said she wasn't gonna be available, so.
Yeah, we can do hers first year, not we do. Next year.
Okay, Randy, on these keys,
Yeah,
the one's a conservation one, but which door of conservation?
don't have a clue because I've never used it.
And the little bitty key?
I have no idea. I've never used it.
Okay,
That's to the key box at the courthouse.
oh, okay,
Okay.
and I'll bet this is for like the lunchroom, the dining room door, because that's the one we have keys for election.
Oh, out
I
there.
think it is. The conservation one probably.
That's this one.
Yep. it's
Right there by their lobby.
Yep.
Yeah, probably is. I've never used it.
And then that's the door to the courthouse, that one.
Yeah, this one, I know that.
The 2 most important ones on there is the one that did to this office, the one in the courthouse. The rest of them, I don't think I've ever used. I had them, but I never used them. Yeah, the one is into the lunchroom at the complex, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's probably changed Cause that.
Yeah.
was in
Oh,
public
yeah.
health,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's probably not above the-
Yeah,
where
that's
the
what,
old supervisor's room was for a while, when you first come in, it's now, Roxanne's,
Mhm.
that's
That-
all changed.
that could all
The
be,
lunchroom locks have not changed, and I don't think where, like Danny's office, that hasn't changed. And I think it's one of those keys.
Don't see, I thought.
conservation,
Yeah, I don't think I ever had.
I don't think I ever had a
It
conservation.
was the old supervisor's room where. For like 2 years.
It'd be that end hallway there.
Sure couldn't get a key to the
We
bar,
come
could we?
into, the, west wing,
Okay.
Yeah, so that,
And
that's
that's
the complex, it might be to
because that's where
the
the supervisors.
kitchen, that's the only place I was allowed to go is kitchen.
So I think it was that, I don't think he ever had anything with conservation.
And that's where our election is the kitchen area.
This was,
But I think they were the same locks.
it was at one time, but I think they all been changed.
Well, on that end they have, but I
Oh,
think it still would get
no.
into the kitchen area.
You
Those
might
locks had
be,
not been
you
changed.
might be right, Brad, you might be right. I might have had a key to that front door of the conservation, so I could go in and go down the hall and go to where we had the boardroom for a year.
Yes,
But see, the conservation used to be in that area where you guys had your supervisor. keys also too. Before we moved on down.
So one of them keys might have been to that out there to get me into that if I was early. So there'd be 3 of them down there.
Cause I got one that it on stores now.
Otherwise, okay. This week, the jobs closed down. During holidays, yeah. So, I'm gonna say it takes some time. I took Christmas Day because all my kids are grown and gone. Everybody else
Evan
has
says
kids.
he's just finishing.
Your shop shut down this week, did you say?
People took vacation time. Nobody wants to be there anyway. Production is just.
Yeah.
Just closed, moved the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, to a Friday, Monday, and then paid them those 3 days in the middle of it. Come back, ready to go, you know, whether or not they do it.
Whether they come back or whether they're ready to go.
Whether they're ready to go, they'll come back. Oh. I'm still out there doing my thing, painting cars. I get more done than nobody there anyway.
Get the GMC done?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's in the building waiting this spring to go to Montana. That and Studebaker. I gotta take a Camaro out to Maryland. Got it finished. That's in April. Never been on the East Coast, just to be fun drive. Farthest I've been is Pennsylvania.
Pull a trailer, what pain in the ass.
Especially
That
in the
traffic
tunnels.
and stuff out there, my God.
We brought a fire truck on and going through the tunnels, 70 mile an hour, it's like your mirrors are, right, the lights are on the side and you're just going by like that.
Yeah, I don't.
A car trailer would be a little different than
Yeah,
a little boy. But still. That doesn't matter. I've been used to getting yelled at, and getting a finger anyway, so.
just always look ahead. They try to get Jane when we go somewhere that she'll get
Family Christmas card.
bringing them back. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
oh, just look at this over. Somebody hollered at you, just go,
Oh, she was looking
Did
at,
anybody know it?
the kids knew it. But yeah, she was looking at everybody's smiles, and if they had their eyes open, she wasn't looking at their fingers.
That was,
Yeah.
that's kind of nasty.
Well,
I saw that and Peg says,
Those
well, maybe
government
just the friends got it.
I was in
I
Manhattan.
said, I hope you didn't send that to the,
It was in the subway tunnel, and I said, you know, and I, how you doing? So this guy,
everybody
a
got,
mile away, he
That
was
was
so,
everybody got
he was that big, weird, homeless and shouting God and everything else, and our eyes met.
your wife asked.
And he washed all the way up.
Because she
And my son said, yeah, what it?
been calling,
Uh-huh.
she's been calling, apologizing.
Talking about God, oh my goodness.
What do you do?
Well,
He just,
He had.
he was hollering right with me about God and
Oh,
what's
good.
Yeah, yeah.
He
you
had
shouldn't
no
have done
idea.
that.
I was a
Wait,
believer.
mom's okay.
My son took me on the subway.
They're going out there. We know, and they was kind of feeling bad about it. Shit, we sent one to the governor.
We went on the Today Show and talking to all the guys too. I never been here before in my life, but they was coming up to us shaking our hands, and I'm thinking, this gal is from Indiana, her son worked at the plant, I was the production manager. She said, "You know these people?" I said, "Never been here in my life." She said, "Well, they think they know you." Yeah, really. No. that was it. But they work at weird place.
Oh, I know that.
You're really pretty safe. Police officer, it just seemed like you'd safe. And I know, I just got that feeling, you walked the trails and everything, but it was
No, I
just,
see it.
it was different.
No.
Hey, good morning.
Whatever, fun's fun, but go on.
Yeah, I never felt unsafe in New
You're
York.
back here for a day or two.
Tammy's coming.
How are you? Good, how are you?
Looks like it's cold out there.
The wind coming out of the south is pretty cold.
South of Louisa.
Court case this morning?
What's that?
Court was open this morning?
At the end of the week, of every short song.
Yeah.
I thought it was a business. They make that just mine.
Yeah, I know.
Lots of deck and someday.
You're right.
We're having to do it individually, it's up to you.
We got 3 of them here.
Also, every day we have a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do race.
Yeah.
We.
I thought I had been over at the house and it must be not better.
Great.
Three
of you?
You know.
You still want to hold on.
Come back out of any,
We're gonna be back here by the flags.
For pictures, yeah.
Let me get around a little.
Roll that here, up, here be yours, Brad.
Sneak in there.
Okay, I'm gonna swear everybody in, so I'll have you, once you get in position, raise your right hand. Okay, repeat your first name.
Sean Main person.
Tammy's.
Okay, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Iowa. And I will faithfully and impartially do my best ability, discharge all the duties of the office in Louisa County as now and hereafter required by law.
I will.
Okay, thank you. Pictures?
You're together a little bit.
Yeah, get in front of me.
We like you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations, I'll have you guys sign. Right here.
You too.
I think, yeah, congratulations. Sure, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Sean, right here. Have you sign right here. Today's date is 12/27. 1/2. Okay. Adam. Please, right here, date. 27th. And thank you. Put this one here. Hey, how you doing today?
I am fantastic.
They're doing, you guys over at my office.
And what? Again?
12/27. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Are we done? Adjourned? You haven't adjourned yet.
Not adjourned yet.
Just a well motion adjourned.
Yeah, we're done already.
Discussion appointments. Yep,
We make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
we are adjourned.
Thanks for your service, Randy.
Yes,
it's your last meeting.
That is it.
Yep. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you. Thank you.
I enjoy.
Everybody have a great New Year.
Surviving the holiday.
Yeah, so far we got one that got postponed next weekend, but.
See you later. Thank you.
Good, real good, real good.
And I'll get.
I'm not sure you can take a motion. He's still on.
Not official.
I don't know how that works. I would think that he's still in. Thank you. Would think I'm still holding the office till 31st. I would think even though he's sworn in, he's ready to go.
In my.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
But I miss you. That's honest.
Yeah.
You kept things going.